Okay, looks like you played multiple games against this same Protoss opponent. I guess he's your sparring partner. I think yeah, you did tell me that in the email. He seems pretty good. I think he's an appropriate partner for you. Um, in the last game, he relied on upgraded Zealot Stalker Sentry and never teched to anything else, and I think he could have won that game with some Phoenix Colossus. Like, he always had more money than you, he always had a bigger army than you, and he was only losing the fights because he made the wrong units. They just made really bad units. But that's okay. That's okay. It's always good to have someone who's close to you in skill, and if he was someone who knew how to Phoenix Colossus, then maybe he wouldn't be close to you in skill anymore. And then you wouldn't be able to spar with him, and the world would just kind of end. So look at this, 5 idle workers. This early in the game, when your entire worker count is 17, having 5 of them idle, oh my god, okay? 50% of your SCVs are idle at this point. That's crazy. This is crazy. You never want to do this. I usually like to do the entire early game with one guy building. Scout with this guy and then bring him back. And on a one-person map, you don't even have to scout with this guy. Just scout with your first Marine. So you should have one SCV make this, one SCV make this, a dude make the gas, but he's going to be mining the gas. And then after this is done, have the same SCV build this, and then a different SCV come make the supply depot, and then go home. Then when this is done, you can make another supply depot, you know? So you always only want one, and sometimes just for a second, 2 SCVs working. But having this rally point out here, I don't even think I should watch this game. Because, let's look at a benchmark. 6 minutes, you have $300 spent on army, 21 workers. It's just, this game is terrible. So I'm just going to fast forward and not talk throughout the rest of this game because it doesn't count. Just horrible, horrible, horrible. Misrally. Again, you've done this in the past. Misrally is something that you can just write off and say, whoops, I misrallied, and then don't even watch the game, because having all your workers misrallied means that you're not going to have what you want to have. So let's, just to make sure you're one basing. So a one base build should have 3,500 to 4,000 by 10 minutes. It's 10 minutes now. And you have 2,300 plus 200, so 25, 26, 27, 28. So you have 2,800. This is another thing, so 29, 30. You've got 3,000. That's not terrible, but it's about $1,000 short of being perfect, which is 25% behind being perfect. So it's forgivable. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's not good enough. Not good enough by a long shot. So you labeled this as this attempt, first attempt. I feel like the build that your opponent went for is good, first because heavy sentry is countered pretty hardcore by tanks. You saw when his expo went up and you attacked a little bit shortly after. He's got a big lead on every category because of the mistakes I mentioned. I feel like he probably got a really early expo too. Let's see. You always want to hit about 3 minutes after his expo gets started. So it looks like he started at 7, so you'd want to hit at 10. And that's about when you hit, so that's good. I think you had good timing on your push. One thing that stinks is you made a good army at 10 minutes and then you just stopped spending money. Look how much money you have. Every penny you have in the bank is a weakness to your build. So hitting with $800 in the bank, that's just trash. Throw it in the trash, man. But even with you throwing it in the trash, we still should talk about the positioning, because positioning is a big part of this Demumama build. On this map, there are 2 chokes here and here that he's relying on trying to be able to abuse when you attack him. So what you want to do is attack through both of them. Siege up your tanks right here, come through with Marine SCV here and Marine SCV here. Throw up a bunker here and a bunker here, so your tanks are in range of the guys that want to be hitting your bunker. And that way he can't do what he's doing now, which is force fielding off your troops. So he had significantly larger army than you, very much larger, and now because of the weakness of sentry play versus tanks, you're ahead. So that battle went quite well for you. Look at that. You killed twice as much as you lost. And that's how awesome Stamumama is. So great job. But it's really important that you get bunkers and a tank in good position now, because you have a short window in which he's mining twice as much as you, but it's okay because your army's bigger. But the longer you let him mine twice as much as you, the worse things are going to go. So luckily, he made the same mistake he made in the last game, which is he had B button. Okay. So he had a great arc. What I mean by a great arc is your guys are stuck here, so only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them are hitting, even though you have this whole big chunk of guys. And so if he stays at max range, only 7 of your guys can fight. See all these guys? These guys are not, well, these guys are not firing. But then he does a stutter step. He moves into your guys to allow your guys to fire. And that's a terrible mistake. He's giving up the advantage that he had. Look, he's doing it again. He's walking to try to hit your tank, and that just puts all of your M&M in range to fire again. So really bad move on his part. So now you've killed 4,000 and you've only lost 1,700. So even though you did a terrible job with this attempt, you've been winning all these fights, and that's great. Once your bunker gets up, hop guys into it and start 2 more bunkers immediately. Get your tank up here and have it start shooting at this nexus. Don't ever tank with these guys, and keep your medevacs closer to the front. You want your bunkers to be the furthest forward of everything. Never have anything in front of your bunkers. These guys, no, run them away, run them away. Your bunkers need to be in front. Right now, you got to drop the Pitida right about here, and again, you lost a lot of those guys just because they were in front. If your bunker was the only thing he could hit, and you have these guys ready to repair, then all the damage he does is just going to get repaired, even with his Colossus. So, I would bet that you're, let's see, it's hard to do all that battle while keeping up on production. It looks like you lost the rally point on your troops, and stopped dropping mules. That's a problem. It's really easy to have that problem in sc2 play. Get the PDD down, baby. Get the PDD down, and target fire the sentries, and then the Colossus, and then the stalkers with your tank. Get these guys in the bunker as soon as it's up. Oh, once you have no tanks left, now you don't have the range to do what you need to do. So it looks like you're going to lose this game. I would chalk this all up to just the fact that he spent about 40% more dollars than you, and that all just kind of comes down to the misrally on your command center in the beginning. So yeah. You did lots of things right, but you did enough wrong that I'm not surprised that you lost. Because you want that first victory to allow you to get him to completely stop mining at his base. If you don't win hard enough so that he stops mining, now he's got double your income for that entire rest of the game. It's not a slow push, hard push to here, bunker up and knock down the probes. So I don't know why this game is still going. I haven't had to fight that close in a long time. Anyway, there's really nothing good that can come of the rest of this game. You've got 1 base, he's got 2. He's got 60 workers, fully saturated on 2 bases. You've got undersaturated on 1 base with no gas mining. You moved down, which is the right choice. You bunkered up, which is the right choice to help you survive a little bit longer. But it's just not, there's no chance. No chance, no chance, no chance. Pause, okay, there you go. Blah, 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 blah. If you just look at this, I mean, there's no chance in this game. I don't know why he doesn't just walk over and kill you. He's just gonna milk it, you know, psychologically drain you. I read recently that you actually get more money by distance mining to the next base with extra workers than you do by throwing them to an oversaturated base. So yeah, you should have totally been distance mining. This was cute, but he's just playing with you. Now you're playing with him. It's all very silly. You never had a chance. Never had a chance, never had a chance, never had a chance. Why am I still watching this game? This game is over. Never had a chance, never had a chance. He's got a $10,000 army.